Hi there, my name's Jason de Wilde and I'm the head of audio at AIM. Today's micro lecture we're going to be talking about how to create an analog delay inside Pro Tools. It's a very cool trick and it's very easy to do. Let me show you. Here we have a song and I'll just play a couple of seconds of it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to apply a little bit of a delay onto that vocal track. And the normal way of doing that is in here with the sends part of it. So I've already got a couple of sends on some of these tracks, but I'm going to create now another send and do it from here. And I'm going to call this particular send the analog delay. Okay, and as usual we now need to create another track. For that, I'm going to create a mono auxiliary input. Okay, and I'm going to give the input an analog delay as well. So we're getting that send happening in the normal Pro Tools way. I'm going to just name this track as well, analog delay. Okay, now in the normal way we would insert a delay up here in the insert section. So let's do that first, and this time I'm going to actually insert the normal digital delay that we have in Pro Tools. I'm going to insert the long delay in mono here. And there we have the standard thing. Now, of course, in order to make this happen, we need to just simply send some of that vocal track into the delay. So I'll do it here. Alright. Okay, and that's the normal digital way of doing it, but we're going to refine that a little bit more by adding an extra little thing. One of the things, of course, you can use is feedback here, and that gives you more repeats of the sound. We're going to just do this slightly different. I'm going to, on the analog delay track, I'm going to create another send that will now send the output of that delay back into itself. So the way we're getting the feedback is by actually making the sound come through the delay but then being sent back into the delay. So as I turn this up, you will start to hear more repeats coming through. Alright, so what's happening is that the send is actually creating the actual feedback loop here. So this now gives you some very interesting possibilities because it's the sound itself that's being fed back into itself. What we're going to do now though, after the analog delay, and this is where the cool trick happens. Well, after that, the digital delay here, after the digital delay, we're going to put in a new effect. I'm going to insert, it can be any one of these, but I'm going to insert, for example, the lo-fi plugin. This is standard inside Pro Tools 8, but in fact this trick will work in any of these type of distortion ones. The idea of it is that when the signal comes through the delay again, it's going to get processed one more time by the lo-fi effect. That will degrade the sound of the delay as it comes through, and every single time it comes through, the lo-fi is going to make a worse and worse effect on it. And that's typical of what would happen inside a real analog delay. As the repeats happen, the sound quality degenerates. And that's exactly what we're setting up here. So now, when I play the sound, you will actually hear the delays get worse and worse. Alright, you can hear the quality of that delay getting worse, and we can actually, by turning down the sample rate, after each repeat it will become worse and worse again. Okay, so that sets up now a real messy type of delay, and that's probably not quite, that's going a bit to one extreme, but by subtly changing the sample rate, each time it goes through that lo-fi process. Right. So again, without that lo-fi treatment, it's a basic digital delay. Where the repeats are exactly the same, but by putting in the lo-fi effect, you're getting a generation of the sound from each repeat. Hope that's a very cool trick for you. Definitely worth using. It's very simple to set up. Thank you very much. See you next time.